Ken Paxton impeachment trial live updates. Former Paxton aide weeps over AG's rogue criticism. Wednesday's hearing ended with Bangert answering questions from House Prosecutor Rusty Hardin, the second witness to the trial. Bangert said he was working on COVID-19 issues when he called for Paxton to draft legal guidance on foreclosed sales in the summer of 2020. Bangert said after concluding that sales could move forward, Paxton forced him to come to the opposite conclusion, concluding the sales were forbidden. Bangert said he and another lawmaker in office, Ryan Vassar, worked late over the weekend to change the memo to Paxton's liking. This was not best interpretation of the law in long run, Bangert said in his testimony. Later, Bangert said he had come conclusion that the revised view was not to protect hosts, as Paxton had told him, but protect Paxton's ally, Nate Paul. At the time, Paul was facing foreclosures on various properties. The 16 articles of impeachment in this case accuse Paxton of bribery and misconduct to help campaign fundraiser Paul. Follow here for live updates from the American statesmen's Ryan Otulo and Tony Plohetsky. Former Paxton aide breaks down in tears over AG's rogue criticism. Former Deputy Attorney General Ryan Vassar burst into tears on the witness stand Thursday as he described how suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton referred to himself and his fellow whistleblowers as rogue workers. Wiping his tears, he said, "The declaration of being called a rogue employee is contrary to the years I have dedicated to the state." As part of proposed 3.3 settlement, whistleblowers who claimed they were fired after filing a complaint with FBI for Paxton's behavior. Attorney General agreed to apologize for comment and removed statement from agency's website along reference. For much of his testimony, Prosecutor Rusty Hardin questioned Vassar about his alleged involvement in Paxton's alleged involvement in obtaining sensitive information about the ongoing law enforcement investigation into Nate Paul, an Austin real estate developer and Paxton campaign fundraiser. The investigation resulted in an 8-count indictment against Paul this summer. Using his office to obtain information on Paul's behalf is one of the allegations Paxton faces in his impeachment trial in the Texas Senate. Vassar said Paxton had instructed staff to find a way to provide Paul with, he said, included information about FBI operations and the names and personally identifiable of federal agents working on the case. Typically, the Attorney General's office vigorously fights against the public release of information about an active law enforcement investigation. Vassar cautioned Paxton if we conclude to the contrary and request the Texas Department of Public Safety to disclose this information, it will upset decades-old precedent with law enforcement privilege. Paxton then asked to see the information for himself. Vassar said he believes Th.